Hey, welcome back to Offend You. I just woke up this morning to this. Um, this is horrific. At least 207 killed in explosions at churches, hotels in Sri Lanka on Eastern Sunday. This is from the Associated Press by Bharatha Malawart. I can't pronounce that name, and Christian Francis. Um, Damn. Yeah, at least 207 people were killed and hundreds more injured in the blast that rocked churches and hotels in and just outside Sri Lanka's capital on Easter Sunday. Officials said, pitching the South Asian islands nations into the worst chaos it has seen since the bloody civil war ended a decade ago. Defense Minister Ruwan something, I'm not even going to try his name, who described the blast as a terrorist attack by religious extremists, told reporters Sunday evening that 7 suspects has been arrested, though no one immediately claimed responsibility for the blast. Prime Minister Ranil said he feared the violence could trigger instability in the country and its economy. Since the end of the nation's 26-year civil war, in which the Tamil Tigers, a rebel group from the ethnic Tamil minority, sought independence from ethnic Sinhala Buddhist majority Sri Lanka, the country has seen sporadic ethnic and religious violence. A lot of violence against Christians around the world, and it's never reported on. But the scale of Sunday's bloodshed recall the worst days of the war, when the Tigers and other rebels set off explosions at Sri Lanka's central bank in downtown Colombo, a busy shopping mall, an important Buddhist temple, and tourist hotels. The minister said his government would vest all necessary powers with the defense forces to take action against responsibility for Sunday's attack, regardless of their stature. The nearly simultaneous first 6 blasts Sunday morning toppled ceilings and blew out windows at the famous Catholic church in Colombo, the capital, and at 3 luxury hotels in the city. The other 2 occurred at St. Sebastian's Catholic Church at Negambo, a majority Catholic town north of Colombo, where footage showed people dragging the injured out of blood-splattered pews, and at the Protestant Zion Church in the eastern town of Batacola. Something like that. Holy crap. That's a lot of explosions, and at the same time, that's a lot of planning. A lot of planning. 3 police officers were killed while conducting a search operation at the suspected safe house in Dimatagoda, on the outskirts of Colombo, where the last of the 8 blasts took place. Holy crap. Sorry, I just woke up. After police moved into the Dimatagoda, at least 2 more blasts occurred, with occupants of a safe house apparently blasting explosives to prevent arrest. Shops were closed and streets deserted in Colombo, even before the government imposed a nationwide curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Police spokesman Ruwan Gunasakara said 207 people were killed and 450 wounded in the blast. That's huge. That is huge. Those poor people. 2 of the blasts were suspected to have been carried out by suicide bombers, a senior official told the Associated Press, speaking on condition of the anonymity because he was not authorized to speak with reporters. Worshippers and hotel guests were among the dead, the official said. Sri Lanka's Foreign Secretary Ravinath Arasini said that the bodies of 27 foreigners were recovered from the blast sites. Countries around the world condemned the attacks, and Pope Francis added the appeal at the end of his traditional Easter Sunday blessing to address the massacre. Speaking from the Loggia of St. Peter's Basilius, man, I can't read today. Francis said, "I want to express my loving closeness to the Christian community, targeted while they were gathered in prayer, and all the victims of such cruel violence." It's probably retaliation from, I'm not going to say the name because it'll be censored, but it's probably retaliation from that other island that had gun atrocities. I entrust to the Lord all those who were tragically killed and pray for the injured and all those who suffered as a result of this dramatic event, the Pope added. This is crazy. Sri Lanka, a small island nation at the southern tip of India, has a long history with Christianity. Christian traditions hold that St. Thomas the Apostle visited Sri Lanka and southern India in the decades after the death of Christ. The majority of the island's Christians are Roman Catholic. St. Anthony's Shrine and the 3 hotels where the blast took place are frequented by foreign tourists. Local TV show damage at the Cinnamon Grand, Shangri-La, and Kingsbury hotels. The Shangri-La's second-floor restaurant was gutted in the blast, with the ceiling and the windows blown out. Loose wires hung and the tables were overturned in the blackened space. A police magistrate was at the hotel to inspect the bodies recovered from the restaurant. From outside the police cordon, the 3 bodies could be seen covered in white sheets. Alex Agelson, man, these people have got complicated names, who was near St. Anthony's Shrine, said buildings shook with the blast and that a number of injured people were carried away in ambulances. The Archbishop of Colombo, Cardinal Malcolm Ranith, called on Sri Lanka's government to launch a very impartial, strong inquiry and to punish those found responsible mercilessly, because only animals can behave like that. That's true. That is true. No mercy. New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern condemned the devastating attacks and referred to the March 15th shootings at 2 mosques in her country's city of Christian church, in which 50 people died. New blank condemns all acts of terrorism, and our resolve has only been strengthened by the attack on our soil, Ardern said. New blank rejects all form of extremism and stands for the freedom of religion and the right to worship safely. Turkish President the Turkish president called the blast an assault on the humanity, while Russian President Vladimir Putin denounced them as cruel and cynical.